how's it going? I'm on my way home from Northern California right now. I'm driving. We have like probably another like 5.5 or 6 hours to go. So it's quite the long drive. We've already been in the car for about 3 hours. It was a good trip though. It was pretty fun. We got to go to a pretty cool wedding. And now I'm looking forward to getting home and continuing to practice with the team. And streaming for you guys. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming as much this month. Obviously, I was traveling for like pretty much 7 weeks straight-ish after Anaheim, and then we had to go through time to find a new fourth. As you all know, Sam Zors is no longer playing with the team. He's still in Mortality, just not playing competitively. He has to move and help his mother move and all kinds of stuff like that. So it worked out best for him. So we recruited AJ. His name is Atlas in game. I want to talk about AJ a little bit for this vlog. So AJ is an interesting teammate. He plays a completely different role than Sam did for the team. He plays a very aggressive sub for the most part. In a couple maps he runs an AR. But it's been really interesting putting a different play style. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. In terms of AJ as a person, I like having him on the team a lot. So before, it was kind of like if I had a bad map, which, as you all know, happens sometimes, and I was quiet or I wasn't initiating the call-outs, I wasn't like the kind of the front man that was like, all right, guys, let's go, come on, pick it up. Everyone around, all the rest of the other guys were just really quiet. With AJ, I still do that, and I still kind of assist with the calls, but AJ is super hype, and bringing the extra hype to the table during the games is really exciting. My wife was being kind enough to film the vlog. If she would say anything, she'd probably say I'm louder than I ever was before I played this game. Because now I scream even louder. Now everyone screams really loud, and everyone gets super intense, and the intensity and emotion that comes into the game now is very interesting. And it's exciting to know that now the whole team's always calling everything out, and always much louder and more vocal. The emotions, though, sometimes can be a bad thing if people become Debbie Downers, you know, and AJ, let me tell you, you can be one Debbie Downer sometime. When those guys get negative, we have to bring them back up, but that's my job as the captain, right? I figure one of the differences between me and other teams that are other team captains on other teams is that I don't really I focus on the in-game stuff, obviously, and what we can do and adjust in the game. But when it comes to making those decisions, I talk with all of my teammates because they're all great players and they all know how to play the game properly, and they all have their own valuable opinions. So when it comes to in-game stuff, like, I trust my team and we all make calls together and we all work on that. But as a captain, I really focus on the out-of-game stuff and keeping everyone positive all the time, keeping everyone's heads on right, making sure no one's developing egos when we don't deserve them, and just overall making sure we're acting the way we should act and we have the right mindset going into every practice, every match, every day. That way, come Dallas, we're just ready to rock. We really don't want to suck for you guys. Losing with everything Mortality does for us, it's a really shitty feeling. It's embarrassing, and it's not something we're okay with doing. So we're really working on changing that for you guys and working hard to win. So that being said, bringing AJ in as a teammate, I said his role is different. He plays like an aggressive sub on most maps. He likes to push the map a lot, which is kind of like the meta in this game has always been, like, super aggressive. Lots of maps are like 4 subs, like Freight Blitz, for instance, and Warhawk Blitz is all about pushing both sides as you get kills and kind of bullying the other team around so you can make them spawn at different points and stuff. And Sam is a great player, and I would never take that away from Sam. He has a lot of experience in COD. He's a great player, but the way Sam plays in this game is a very anchorish role, where on some maps he kind of finds his spot and sits there with an AR and gets kills, which is super valuable, but it's not really the meta of this game right now, and this is what we had learned to play with. So one of the harder things with bringing AJ to the point team was we're learning how to adjust to this meta, and by Dallas we'll be fine and we'll be playing the game the way it's the correct way to play it, and I think we're going to do really well. AJ definitely is a very confident player, just like Tommy and Ryan, and will bully his way around the map and run people over because he can. versus sitting back. So he holds lanes but pushes more aggressively too. So we're learning how to adjust with this dynamic. We have to rotate even more a lot. We can't rely on one anchor in the back like we used to rely on Sam for. We're just kind of hopping through lanes as someone died, and so we're now the whole team has to rotate all the time, and we have to always be constantly doing that. But it's been really good, and we're adjusting to that. So for practicing for Dallas, obviously I get home tonight. Originally I was coming home tomorrow. We're going to go practice tomorrow. But tomorrow I have one more day of time off from work. So we're going to start practicing tomorrow, I believe at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. And we'll be practicing a lot tomorrow. And then we're practicing every day now until Dallas. And we're going to do better for you guys this event than we ever have. We're going to get better results than we have in the past. And we're going to win more matches plain and simple at this event. One thing I can tell you is that this team is really motivated, super passionate. We really don't like losing. We really hate it. One thing that's kind of funny is like before every event, we find some team that's just online gods. Before that was, so like before Anaheim, it was the Gamma Fly Society guys, and the Gamma Gamer GB team, they were front page team, and it was Warrior Takeover, they're both front page teams. And we just started smashing Warrior Takeover one day after they would just warrior us online. We'd be so frustrated, and we just started dominating them. And then we started playing the Gamma guys and the Fly Society guys, and I really like the Fly Society guys. They're great people, but we started taking them out online, and we started beating them, and we improved. And right now we have 2 new teams that are Warrior teams in practice that we just we lose by like no points, but they're like online gods. Their internet is the greatest thing to ever exist. It's Google Fiber for show. So practice is going in that regard like exactly where it should. One thing I will say it's very different now is because of Sam's streaming schedule, we only GB'd because we couldn't find scrims because we were playing so late. And some nights we would go nights with like just playing shitty team after poor team, bad team, another bad team. And it was like we were practicing, but we really weren't getting good practice. It wasn't perfect practice. Now we're scrimming all day and we're playing amazing teams. At least teams that I think are super underrated. And what's been really cool is guys like Revan, who's playing with the captain of XGN, has been giving us scrims. Fears has been wanting to give us scrims. So we're also playing more pro teams now, and we're getting better practice. And we're already even improving, and we're taking games off these teams. So we've came a long way, and we're ready to do it in LAN, I think. So, gotta talk about the Gamma. I got the hat. I got my G Fuel for my drive home. And it's a long-ass drive. I have some G Fuel right now. Fruit punch for life. Here, why don't you show them out in the middle of nowhere we are. We're literally driving through corn and, like, nothingness. It's pretty much nothing for the next 6 hours of my life. Yay. Gamma's gonna get me through it. So thank you, Gamma, for supporting Mortality and coming on board and giving us the free sweet stuff. We're excited. We're really looking forward to working with you guys. Next thing I want to talk a little bit about was about Sam. Stream's been going really well for him. He's been playing a lot with Uplay and stuff. And this is cool and it's exciting for me because I feel like not only has Sam's streams improved, but as I said earlier, I really feel like the team's at a better point, and the team's going to improve very quickly. So when we initially made this decision to have Sam step away from the competitive team and just be in Mortality, it was a really tough decision for us, and we really didn't know. I wouldn't say we didn't know it wasn't going to be great, but we were both nervous, I think. And I know that Sam is one of my best friends. Me and Sam are very, very close. He's been to my house 2 times in the last month and a half, and he's probably going to be living within a couple miles of me very soon. So Sam and I are very close, and I was nervous that this wasn't going to work out for him, and that, to be honest, the stream would want to see the competitive play. And I was worried for the team if we'd be able to find a fourth that we actually liked, which we did, and Sam's stream's been doing really well. And I think Sam's been having more fun. And life's all about finding a way to do what you love for a living. And Sam is, I think, loving what he's doing again. So I'm really happy for Sam, and I hope he continues to kick some butt, and I'm glad you guys continue to support him too. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this vlog up so I can pay attention to this really straight road that requires just holding the wheel straight, but it's difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and get going here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to, again, thank Gamma for coming on board and supporting Mortality. We really appreciate it. And just thanks to all of our sponsors, and I'm really happy to have everyone, and welcome AJ to the team again, and most importantly, I want to thank all of you guys for supporting me. Again, I really don't know why I have any supporters. I'm like the old shitty COD player that goes to tournaments, but I'm going to win some games. I'm going to be Grandpa COD winner for sure. Alright guys, have a good night. Take care.